What is up, guys? It's the Scripting Legend here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can finish the quest system in our Superpower Training Simulator series. Now before we get into today's video, I just want to show you what you should have by the end of this video. So if I click play right now, when it loads me into the game, you won't have this button. We will make that in this video. So basically we can open it up and we have this, and we can walk up to our quest giver, which is just a dummy right now, and he'll read us our quests. And then if we click off, and we'll do the first quest, and as you can see over here, my quest gets updated and I have the progress bar going up. So when we get to 100%, I'll be able to go back to the quest giver and get my reward. So now that I'm at 100%, close this, go to the quest giver. It says, "Great job completing your quest, here's your reward." Click off that, we now have 365 coins. And our next quest is, "Good job with your first quest. Now can you gain 10 endurance by using your push-up tool? Come back to me when you are done to claim your reward." So if we click off this once again, go here, our quest update. This is a little glitch. We will fix that later on in the series, but right now it's fine. If we will first of all move from there, and then if we do our push-ups, as you can see, go up by 10. Also, I made it so that it actually gives us more health just like the endurance really does. So as you can see, you see my health bar for a little until it regains all. So now that I'm at 10 endurance, as you can see, 10 endurance, then what I want to do is I'll be able to get up, go over to this dummy, and claim my coins. Alright. So we'll start off in our give quest script, the script that we have inside of our quest giver, which is this dummy. So if we clicked over here and into our dummy, we have this give quest script. You don't need these are just comments so I don't forget to show you guys anything. This is all what I've done since part 3. So yeah, the first thing I did was I changed the done one text to done text because we'll use it for every completion. So if we go to our quests and rewards module script that's in our server storage, we have this done text instead of done one text, and we no longer have a done two quest. And it just says, great job completing your quest, here's your reward." We also have our done 2 coins and our go up by. I think that's the same. So then what I did is that instead of calling done 1 text, I just made a variable called completed text and equal to qr.done text. And then down here where we complete, we now set the text to the completed text. Also, I pretty much just copied and pasted this over here and just changed the value to endurance and the quest value to 2. So I made this variable, these 2 variables. We declared them up here, but we never gave them a value. So then we actually gave it a value, assigned them over here, and then we use those. Don't worry about this, we'll get into that later. So then the next thing I did was I fixed the glitch so we can have multiple quests, because before we couldn't. So the way we did that is because over here we checked if it was here, let me show you. We checked if it was like this, but that was always coming back false because we actually set the text to that locally, so it didn't set it to that on the server. Since this is a script, not a local script, it runs on server, so the server still thought it said this, so we will just set it to this. Don't worry about that. Like I said, we'll get into that later. And and then for the second one over here, so we had this before, and other than this part, so we pretty much just had it like this. This is all we need, the first speech, which we declared over here, and our second speech we also declared over there. And then if it's not the quest number to 1, then that means it's 2 as of right now, because we only have 2 quests right now. So if it's 2, then the second quest has this text of second speech, and down here the second quest is the endurance. So we checked if endurance is 10 or more, because this is trying to get to 10 or more endurance, just like this was trying to do 10 or more strength. So then here, don't worry about this yet, this part. This is just like tweaking some stuff. We'll get into that a little later. Alright, so the next thing we did was, so I just went over that. So I removed the strength for Q and just made it the player strength, as I showed you before. So we now, everywhere that we had a strength STR for Q, I just replaced it with strength. So it was like, so you can click either Command or Control F, and then we can find like STR for Q, and then you can replace it with strength, and then just click Replace All. That's what I did. Then after I did that, the next thing I did was I added a continue script to the speech GUI thing. So if we go into Starter GUI, and in our quest GUI, our speech frame, our speech button or text, and then we have the local script, but I also added a continue script now. This is a regular script, not a local script. So inside of it, this is what you need. So basically, since this is a script, we can't do like game.players.localplayer. So we need to like, since everything in Starter GUI gets replicated into like this player GUI or something like that kind of folder, once the player joins, first we need to, so the first script.parent references this label. The second one references this frame. The third one references this GUI. The next one references the folder, and then the next one references the player itself. So that's how we get the player. And when we click on this button, so yeah, it is a button, then basically if the text is this, because that means that we just completed a quest, then we set this to true. So that's just so that like when we go to this quest guy right here, it doesn't immediately just change to the next quest instead of saying like, great job completing your quest, here's your reward type thing. So then after that, what I did was I fixed the glitch so you can see complete. Alright, wait, so I think I showed you that. So yeah, so basically then we made this variable. So first of all, to do that, to be able to have that in our continue script, we needed to add something to the leader stats, which is this. Right here, we just make a new Boolean value inside of the player, name it hasClickQuest, and set it to false for now. So then we, in that continue script I just showed you before, we set that value to true. And then in our give quest script, we reference that variable or that Boolean value that's inside of our player. And then over here, in our else if, we're checking, after that we're checking if the hasClickQuest is equal to true. If that's true, then that means we can now display the second speech or the next quest. And then once we display that, we set hasClickQuest to false. So yeah. So then once what I did after that is so that was part of that. So I made the quest progress bar and added a % text over it. So basically, if we go into our frame that's in our quest GUI, in our bar frame, we made this last video. Inside of our bar frame, we used to just have another frame called bar, but now I added a % text label, a text label called %, and its text is just 0% right now in the colors. You can customize however you want. Basically, the size is just the whole bar frame size. And then in the bar frame, we have a local script. Actually, in the bar frame's bar frame, the frame that's called bar, we have a local script, and basically, first things first, we get the player, and then we get the player's strength, endurance, and quest number. Then we make a while wait loop so that it doesn't crash. We make a data variable equal to 0, and then down here, if the quest number is 1, then that means we want to have more strength than 10. So for the progress bar, we actually have to flip that, and we have to do less. If the strength value is less than 10, then we'll make the data variable equal to strength, the value divided by 10. So that will give us a good value that we can use. So that we can use it in our size. And if it's 2, then that means it's the endurance. So we basically do the same thing, change where it says strength to endurance. Next thing we do is we make sure that data is not equal to 0, and then we set the size of the frame that's called bar, and we just make it to a new udem2.new, and we pass in the data variable, whatever it is. So let's say we had 5 strength, and as you saw, it would be it would be half the size of the bar frame. So that's how you do that. And then the next thing we do is we have this % variable, and it's basically equal to data times 100. So before we were getting decimal values, but we wanted to be out of 100. So we just put it to 100 times 100. And then we check if the parent size, apparently this isn't really working right now, so we'll have to do something with that. Alright. So if it's not equal to this, if the parent size is not equal to this, because this is the default size that we have it set to, then basically what we're going to do is we're going to display this % variable concatenated with the % symbol. So that's all this script does. And yeah. Also, we set the % text label we made over here as text to the % variable concatenated with the % symbol. Then our give quest script, over here in our completed thing, once we complete it, we want to set the bar back to its default size, and we want to set the % to text to 0. It's to 0%. Then we do the same exact thing right here. So the next thing I did was I added the open and close quest button. So that's really simple. We just add a button over here. I roundified it, added a little shadow so it looks like our stats button over here. That's not really important, but inside of it we have this local script, and you've probably seen this a million times if you've done any kind of games. Also, we did the same thing for the player stats. We just, if it's visible, then this references the frame first of all. And then this, basically what it does is we set the frame's visibility to the opposite of what the frame's visibility is currently at. So basically, right now we set the frame's visibility, and if the visibility was true, then we'd set it to false. So here we check if the frame is visible. If it is, then we want the text of this button to say close, if it's not visible, then we want it to say quests. Alright, so after I did that, what I did was I changed the quest name to category text. So inside of our frame, we should have had a thing called like quest name. I changed the category text and just made it say main quest. Also, we have this quest description. That's the same as last time. The only thing is I made the default text nothing. So yeah. After that, what I did was I gave the quest description a local script to update it based on the quest number. So I'll go ahead and show you that right now. So we referenced the player and the player's quest number. We'd make a while wait do loop so that it doesn't crash. And that's why we don't use the while true loop. And then if the quest number is 1, then we want to get 10 strength, so that's what we'll say. And if it's 2, then we want 10 endurance, so we'll say get 10 endurance. Very simple. Alright, so now in our give quest, the next thing we did was we changed the quest number to start at 0. So basically in our leader stat script, we had this quest num thing and it was at 1. We want to start at 0. That's just basically the reason we do that is because we don't want to, so that when the player joins, they already like see their quest that's like get 10 strength. We want them to actually go to the quest giver first. So yeah, and then over here, because of that, if they go to the quest giver, then and their quest number is 0, then we'll just make their quest number 1. Alright, so then after I did that, I added a add max health script inside of the starter player. So let me just close a few things. So here, so basically if you go to starter player and starter character scripts, I added an add max health script, and inside of it I get the player, we get the so basically the script when the player joins, this, since we're in starter character scripts, this script will get added inside the character, not even inside of any folder inside the character, just inside the character. So script.parent is the character. So we just get the player, like the actual player, using the character, and then basically what we do is we do a while wait do so it doesn't crash, and then we set the our character's humanoid's max health to the player's endurance value plus 100, so we don't spawn with 0 max health, because then you won't be able to play the game because you just keep dying. So yeah, then after that, what I did was I made a remote event inside of replicated storage and a script for it inside a server script service to add or subtract coins on the server side. So basically what I did, let me just close the workspace. So inside of replicated storage, made a new remote event and called it add or subtract coins. And then what I did is inside the server script service, I had an add or subtract coins script. So then I referenced the event, and when this event is called, we have a few parameters. Player, which we don't have to pass, it just gets the player itself. The value, which we will pass, and the operator, which we'll pass. So if the operator is minus, so the subtract operator, then basically we'll set the player's coins value minus the value that we passed here. And if it's not, then that means it's plus, because we're not going to be using division or something like that. If we will be, then we'll just change it to an else if, no big deal. If it's plus, then we'll just do player.coins. So we'll just set the coins plus the value, and we'll also add the value to the total coins. We don't subtract total coins because then it won't be total coins. So then what I did with that, I changed the subtract method in all the upgrades and the add method in the add coins button. So using that, because before we were taking the coins off on the local side, so then in the give quest script, when we were giving them coins on the server side, it would reset their coins to have what they had before they even bought an upgrade. So how I did that, I went to starter GUI, player stats. First I wanted the frame, the stat upgrade frame, went in all of the upgrade frames, so like upgrade endurance frame and their cancel buttons local script. Gave them this event variable, and then for all of them I just added this line here. So in all of those scripts I added this, and this here, instead of having like the other lines there. Alright, so I did that for every single one of these. So here too, for the one inside of the psychic one, same thing pretty much, other than that this is the psychic. And for the strength one, once again the same thing. Alright, so I also did that for the upgrade, not upgrade, but for the add coins thing. So if we go into our blank thing and the text button, the local script, just did the same thing pretty much, except I used the plus symbol instead of the minus. So yeah, that's that. And I think that's all I did, right? Yeah. So if you've been following along, you should have what we had at the beginning, what I showed you at the beginning of this video. So yeah. So basically, now what I want to do is I want to show you how we can add another quest. So basically the way we're going to do this is in server storage, quest talks. We'll add another talk. So after talk 2, we'll do talks.text3, and this will be equal to great job with your first 3. Here, we'll do your first 3 quests. Now, can you get 10 psychic power, and we'll just add a question mark, and then what we'll need to do is go into our quest rewards, and we'll do quests dot done 3 coins is equal to 15 as well. Also in our quest talks. Alright, yeah, I did it right. Alright, so then over here, what we're going to want to do is, after our first speech and second speech, we'll do local third speech is equal to speeches.text3. And then here we'll do local third reward is equal to qr.done 3 coins. Right. Nice. Alright, so that's not it. So over here we'll just copy and paste this else if statement. And we'll change this to 3 this time. This will be third speech. So yeah. And then the last thing we'll need to do is copy this if statement, paste it, change this to, alright, so first we have to add that variable, so we'll do local psychic, and then we'll do psychic is equal to player dot. We go to our leader stats, and we called it PSP. Yeah, player.psp, and then here we'll do, nope, not this one. This one we'll do psychic. I'm gonna copy that. Also change quest num to 3, and that's all we need to do right there. We still fire this. Quest num over here will now be equal to 4. This will be third reward. Yeah, I think that's actually all we need to do. So if we click play now, we actually forgot one thing, actually two things. In our starter GUI, quest GUI, frame, first our quest description, copy this, paste this, get 10, this will be psychic, and then if we go into our bar frame, bar, local script, copy this, paste this, change this to 3, change this, well actually first we have to make the variable local psychic is equal to player.psp, and then we'll copy this, we'll paste this and paste this. That's all we need there. And now let me just make sure this right here. Nope, because I didn't change this to 3, just like I thought. Alright, so now if I play this, I think we did everything. So alright, so basically if I go here, we have this, yeah. Let's do our punches. Alright, watch our progress bar go up. Alright, we got to 100. Close this, go here. We got a reward. Click off that. And then basically now we'll do the endurance. So I want to buy an endurance multiplier. So now it goes up 20% because I get 2 endurance every time. Get this, we get our reward again. We go here, great job now with your first 3 quests. Now can you get 10 psychic power? Move away from this. And then here, if we get another multi, then if we get our psychic power, our bar goes up. And alright, so we messed one thing up. So I realized why this isn't working. It has nothing at all to do with anything over here in our quest system, but inside of our tool itself. So in our local, we have a local script here, right? So we can't just add this, right? What we have to do is we have to call our event local. Alright, so we have to make a new event to handle this on our client. So we'll do our, actually, you know what? Why don't we just yeah. So we'll make a remote event called, we'll call it add psychic, and then we'll add a new script inside server script service called add psychic script, and then this will be pretty much the same. but this will be add psychic, and this will still be value and stuff. We'll just change this to player.psp and player.psp, and then we'll delete this. And then over here, what we'll do is we'll call, so here we'll do local event is equal to game.replicated storage dot add psychic. Then we'll do event colon fire server, and the value we want to pass is this, and then we want to pass plus. Alright, so now everything will work. Now everything should work. So make sure we save this in case Roblox Studios crashes. Alright guys, so Roblox Studios crashed, so let's try running this again. Alright, so now, since if we go here, we just add a multiplier for this, another multiplier for this, and another multiplier for this. And we go to this guy, we just do that, we punch some more. Alright, we claim our reward. We now get our endurance. And we claim our reward. And we now do our psychic. It up, and we claim our reward. So sorry about that guys, but that's literally all we needed to do. So as you saw, it was actually really easy to add a quest if we didn't mess up on the psychic tool before. But so yeah, the way we made it is I made it particularly so that it would be easy for you guys to add new quests. And that will be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next videos in the series, so that you can keep creating your game and one day hopefully get it popular. So other than that guys, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. The majority of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed. I'll try to post like more often, and I'll see you in the next one guys. Comment below anything you want to comment, and then like and subscribe. Also make sure you turn on post notifications so that you don't miss out on any new videos, and I'll see you in the next one guys.